What?
All right.
That was great. Hi.
Welcome. Yes, again, not going to try to talk too much. We're here for the music, right? Yeah. But words are important too. So, my name's Zebi.
And I'm Jacob.
And just want to start by thanking people. So again, thank you to Son Revoltura for that amazing opener. We want to thank, there's a lot of PPF people who are already members. Who's here from PPF? Including folks who came from out of town, not from Philly. Yay. Including people who are new to PPF but just was like, yeah, this will be my first PPF event. Cool. Honored to have people from the National Union of the Homeless here. And a lot of those folks helped set up and plan and get this whole thing happening. Yay! And also want to shout out Chrissy in particular, who runs God's Auto Body and just has been hard at work helping all this happen. And then, yeah, if you don't fall into any of these categories, everyone else who came here, who made it here, yay! And just to lift up, that's everyone in this physical meet room. Why'd I say it like that? And then there's about 20 people on Zoom right now from all over the country, maybe every time zone. I'll just say, yeah, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Hawaii, my aunt. Washington State, Washington State, Texas, New York. No, I wrote this down there.
Okay.
And more. And that also means we may have to pause just to make sure the sound is sounding good for our Zoom people, so yeah. Okay, and now, happy vibes, but I'm gonna just want to ground us in the moment we're in, not too intensely, but, I can do this. It's, the name of this concert is like Singing in the Dark Times, right? I'm grinning, but it's a whole big thing. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if anyone else in the room feels this, but like things feel pretty heavy lately. Things feel a bit bleak. And like the past 2 years, like we've been organizing around 25 million people in this country losing their Medicaid. So that happened under the last administration, and we see millions more going to be cut soon, including a lot of kids. So, and so many other fronts of struggle. You know, a lot of pretty freaky stuff. So we just want to name that that's part of what's happening. Yeah, but we're just like, it can be just like, okay, no, we'll talk about this. It can just be so oppressive, just the feelings of what's happening, and it's like, you don't have to ignore that, and you can still feel like there is something else happening in the world, you know, which is like, we're here, and I don't know, don't want to silver lining it hard, but I don't know, just holding both sides of that. And yeah, we've been, and Put People First, have been fighting against, like, tax on healthcare in particular for 12 years, so Jacob's going to talk a little more about what we are, what you're all supporting right now, so yeah.
Thank you, David.
Thanks, yeah.
Recording in progress.
Sorry.
All right. I'm Jacob. I've been in Put People First for 9 years now. As of this year, Zebi's been around for 9 years. Okay, that's eight, seven, going on 9. Whatever. I don't do small math on stage. It's just humiliating. But a non-zero, less than 10 number of years. And like Zebi said, Put People First has been organizing across Pennsylvania for, I think, 13, is that right? We're going to 13. And if you don't know what Put People First is, and you just were like, I love God's Auto Body, and I come to everything here, and I have no context, which more power to you. I would, now that I've been here. We're a grassroots, statewide organization, member-led, staff-free, of everyday folks, organizing across Pennsylvania around healthcare as a human right. And Put People First was started by some of our founders to, one, really unite across geography and race, which are two serious barriers, but not the only ones, that prohibit our class, the poor and dispossessed, the working class, from having the ability, the togetherness, the assertiveness, and the aggressiveness, I'm paraphrasing King here, to make the power structure of this country say yes when they want to say no. Like when we ask for things like housing and our health care and all of our human rights, which in Put People First, we deem that the basic things that you need to live a full and rich and rewarding life are your basic human rights. And I believe that deeply. I believe God, if you believe in God, or the universe itself, right, ordains that those are yours and they're inalienable and inseparable from you. Some other folks seem to think that. They wrote some of those things down. To answer Dr. King's call for a nonviolent army of the poor, before King was assassinated for organizing across the color line, Dr. King spent the last 2 years of his life making a couple pivots. He pivoted from civil rights to human rights, from seeing racism as an element that it's on its own could be tackled, to seeing it inseparably connected to the war economy, and to poverty, the poverty-producing system of economics, civil rights, human rights. What's this third pivot? Whatever, yeah. But to answer this idea, right, this call for that King said for a nonviolent army of the poor, a poor that could have the political independence to, shake things up and lift from the bottom. So, all right, we're going to talk a bunch more. We're going to yap more through this thing, but let's get to singing. But we want to shout out a few more things before we get to that. Sorry. Oh, we just love the yap. Oh yeah. Yeah, we did that later. Yeah.
So just what's it gonna look like is we're trading off short little sets. So it's gonna be Jacob plays like 3 songs, I play 3 songs, then again. So we each play 3 sets, back and forth. And in between the sets, we've got PPF members just talking a little bit about why we organize, why we do what we do, what it means to them. Yay. And said that already? Oh yeah, and just a shout out, if you haven't seen, we're selling some merch in the back, some very cool pins and hats and shirts and stuff. We got some snacks. If you're like, I want to sign up with Put People First, or like have an organizing conversation, I think Steph has a clipboard right in front, so you can talk to Steph, but really any of us in a red shirt should be able to help. But yeah. And then Jacob Hope can help with, we're signing people up for like state benefits like Medicaid, LIHEAP, which is for heating, and food stamps. So Jacob, raising his hand, can help you with that either now or get your contact information for later, because we all deserve those things. So yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet. I hope I don't break anything. I'm a mess. Alright. Let's see. These mics are in good places. So yeah, that's fine, right? Yeah, sound good? Alright, cool. This first song that I want to sing is one of my favorite songs. So I didn't get into this movement thinking myself as a musician. I still really struggle with that. I love music. I love to sing. I really enjoy the collectivity of group singing. So I really hope as I'm playing music, you're going to hear a lot of things are repetitious. They're designed that way, so that way people can pick up how to sing and join in. So I fully encourage that folks sing along with me. My dream is to be drowned out so I can't hear myself and I just hear y'all. All right? You laugh. I'm particularly fond of the folk traditions that emerge out of working class people all around the world, and particularly here in the United States, our own home. There's just an enormous wealth of incredible music, and one of those treasured traditions comes out of Appalachia, and so this is a song that nobody was exactly sure where it comes from, and it's got 10,000 verses and whatnot, just like Chris was talking about some of the music that they were sharing. Probably with every song I'm going to recommend you go look up someone else who can do this song better. So there's a man who's gone on named Roscoe Hipscomb that recorded this song for the Library of Congress, and it's pretty good. So anyway. Wish I were a mole in the ground. Wish I were a mole in the ground. If I was a mole in the ground, well, I'd root that mountain down. Wish I were a mole in the ground. Wish I were a lizard in the spring. Wish I were a lizard in the spring. If I was a lizard in the spring, well, I'd hear my baby sing. Wish I were a lizard in the spring. Oh, you guys sound really good out there. It's really good. I wish I were a woolly bully bee. Wish I were a woolly bully bee. If I were a woolly bully bee, why no one would with me. Wish I were a woolly bully bee. It's a family show. I wish I were a wren in flight. Wish I were a wren in flight. If I were a wren in flight, me and my family, we never fight. Wish I were a wren in flight. Wish I were a snake in the grass. Wish I were a snake in the grass. You can guess this one. If I were a snake in the grass, I'd get every old piece of ass. Wish I were a snake in the grass. Wish I were a river flowing by. Wish I were a river floating by. If I were a river floating by, well then maybe I'd catch your eye. Wish I were a river floating by. Wish I knew what it was like to be free. Wish I knew what it was like to be free. If I knew what it was like to be free, I'd be happy. Wish I knew what it was like to be free. Alright, you come back to the beginning with me. Wish I were a mole in the ground. Wish I were a mole in the ground. If I were a mole in the ground, then I'd root that mountain down. Wish I were a mole in the ground. thank God every day about being organized. And like I said, I don't, musician is a hard word. And so I've never done a show before like this. I've sang a lot for the movement, and I said to Zevi, I was like, well, will you do one with me? Ease me into it. So I want to say thank you to Zevi so much. And I can't, what is writing music? Is it slapping new words together? I definitely don't know how to arrange melodies really, but I love to write poetry and whatnot, and so this is the first political song that I put together. I put this together in 2017, and there's an everything with me is an old folk song, just so, I should just stop repeating that. But there's this piece of Americana called Mama Don't Allow. Mama don't allow no gum chewing here. Well, I don't care what Mama allows. I'll chew my gum anyhow. It's really fun. You should look it up. There's some really cool like Dixieland jazz kind of takes on it. But this one is Papa Don't Allow. And Papa here is not about any one person. Papa is about a system. It's about a system of dispossession and division. It's a system that profits off of human suffering and human pain for the very few, while the majority are dispossessed. So, Papa don't allow, no, what here? Well, we don't care what Papa allows, we're gonna have something anyhow. We don't care what Papa likes around here. It's a little fast, so just make sure you come in on that end. We don't care what Papa likes around here. Oh Brother Where Art Thou is one of my favorite movies. Who's seen that movie? Oh Brother Where Art Thou? Yeah. You can shout. It's like worth shouting about. It's phenomenal. Like at least 30% of my personality is derived from that movie. Anyway, you know when the song one maybe you know. And there's a song that they sing in one bright morning. Very good. All right, choir practice next Thursday at 10. Something in this movement, there's, the spirit of the great spirit of American individualism. Is a poison in a lot of ways. I gotta be honest. Produces really beautiful music. There's a lot of beautiful music written in that spirit. But I find so much of what when I'm taking songs and thinking and feeling inspired and rewriting them is just like, how do we take this beautiful piece of the human spirit, make it about collectivity, make it about connecting with other people, because you come into this world connected to another person and you spend the whole time. Otherwise, just now. So anyway, this is We'll Find a Way. It's very much in the spirit of the theme, right? Organization, or there's this quote that power grows from organization. I want power. I want power in my life. I want the power to protect my family. I want the power to be able to work a job and not struggle and be afraid of starving. I want the power for our class, our people, to be able to protect the environment. And so I'm committed to organization and finding a way, figuring something out. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be easy. People are hard and messy. It's one of the great things about us. So this song, was in that spirit. So. And you figure out the chorus. One bright morning, with you by my side, we'll find a way to build a world where justice never ends. We'll find a way. We'll find a way, oh glory. We'll find a way in the morning when we try. Hallelujah, by and by. We'll find a way. If we organize to be free, we'll find a way. God's great mercy, the poor will see. We'll find a way. When the shadows of this life have grown, we'll find a way. The day will come when the poor sit on the throne. We'll find a way. Back to the chorus. We'll find a way, oh glory. We'll find a way in the morning when we try. Hallelujah, by and by. We'll find a way. No more cold, hard, bitter poverty. We'll find a way. All the bounty of the earth be free. We'll find a way. Just a few more weary days and then we'll find a way. We'll have the power to make this whole world mend. We'll find a way. We'll find a way, oh glory. We'll find a way in Hallelujah, by and by we'll find a way. Wow, you guys are great. All right, Thursday. Remember that. Oh, wait, no. Anita. Yeah, I forgot. I need to introduce. So, in Put People First, we have regional committees that cover many counties across the state. So here, that's the second time I've knocked over the water. This time is away from the electrical stuff. Sorry, Kristen. But Anita should be making her way up here, by the way. I'm vamping to introduce you. But Anita is one of our co-coordinators for the Southeast PA Healthcare Rights Committee, which covers Philly and all the collar counties that are around her. So, all right.
Yeah, Anita.
Yeah, that's okay. Just a mess.
Hi everybody.
Hi.
Yeah, my name is Anita Nicely, and I am one of the co-coordinators here in Southeast PA with Put People First. And I'm going to talk a little bit about what Put People First means to me as an organization. Right, so yeah, it's I should have prepared. Well, there's something about the individualism in American culture that's very embedded in a lot of our lives. And particularly, when you're alone, sitting in your room or sitting in your house, and you're seeing all these